Today, I will show you a video that was generated 100% by Google's Notebook LM AI product. All Jakob Nielsen did was to feed Notebook LM the text of his article on the top 10 UI annoyances and click the button to generate a video overview. Presto! A full video made in just a few seconds of human time. Google calls this a video overview, but it would be more accurate to call it a slideshow with a voiceover. To keep your interest for the full 8 minutes of the show, we added an overlay with an avatar like myself, but with a cute red hat to stand out on the boring slides, designed by Notebook LM. Take a look and let us know in the comments whether you like the Notebook LM slideshow style, or whether you prefer the more elaborate avatar video Jakob Nielsen created himself based on the same article. You can watch Jakob's avatar video on the UX Tigers YouTube channel. Here we go. Over to you, Notebook LM.
All right, let's talk about it. Those moments online when you just want to throw your phone out the window. Today, we're going to get into all those little UI annoyances that are actually sabotaging the web. And it's not just about you being frustrated. These things are costing businesses big time. So, let's dive in.
I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're just trying to do something simple. Read an article, buy a pair of shoes, whatever. And it feels like the website is actively fighting you every step of the way. It's like it has its own agenda. And let me just say, if you feel that way, you're not crazy. It's not you, it's them. It's just plain bad design.
And that brings us to this key idea. Usability expert Jakob Nielsen really hit the nail on the head here. He said these aren't just minor irritations. No, they are expensive business failures. Think about that. Every time a user gets frustrated, it directly hits a company's sales, their reputation, their trust. It's a huge deal. So let's break down some of the worst offenders, shall we?
Okay, first on our list, the onslaught of interruptions. You know, all those things that jump out and hijack your brain before you can even figure out what's going on.
So picture this. You land on a new web page, and bam, a huge pop-up for a newsletter. Then, swoosh, a cookie banner slides up from the bottom. And oh look, there's a little chat widget just bouncing away in the corner, begging for attention. Before you can read a single word of what you came for, you're playing this crazy game of whack-a-mole, just trying to close everything down. And this is such a perfect way to think about it. It's like trying to walk through a mall while every single kiosk worker shoves a flyer in your face. I mean, in real life, you'd feel totally ambushed, right? You'd probably just turn around and walk out. It feels just as spammy online, and it's 1,000 times worse when you're on a tiny phone screen. And it's not just stuff you see, it's stuff you hear. I'm talking about the internet's official jump scare, the autoplay video. You're in a quiet office or on the bus, and suddenly, wham! Some ad starts blasting at full volume. It's no surprise that a whopping 92% of people absolutely hate this. But companies do it anyway, because they're chasing some useless metric for video plays while completely ignoring that they're literally scaring people away.
All right, so after you fought your way through all those interruptions, you get to our next big problem, the friction of interaction. This is where the website itself makes everything just hard. Simple things become a real chore, and, every extra bit of effort is another excuse for someone to just leave. Seriously, you have to ask, who is this designed for? Humans or ants? A designer might look at their giant monitor and think, wow, so clean, so minimalist. But for you on your phone, it's a total nightmare. The fat finger problem is a very real thing. If you have to zoom way in and perform delicate surgery just to tap a tiny button, that's a failure. And don't even get me started on those super skinny anorexic scroll bars that are practically invisible and impossible to grab. And it's not just about what you can touch, it's about what you can see. You know that trendy light gray text on a slightly less light gray background? It might look elegant to a designer, but for most people, it's just impossible to read. It's a huge accessibility problem. Get this. A massive study found that 79% of homepages have low contrast text. Now that's actually a tiny bit better than it was, but 79%? That means the vast majority of websites are basically forcing you to squint. Okay, next up is one of my favorites, and it has a great name. Mystery Meat Navigation. You've seen this. It's that row of pretty icons with absolutely no words next to them.
So using the app becomes this weird guessing game, like you're trying to decode ancient hieroglyphics.
Right? What does the little pencil icon even mean? Is it edit, create a new post, draw something? The second you have to stop and think about it, the design has failed you. And again, that's not your fault. This stuff just slows everyone down and makes it more likely you'll click the wrong thing, which is really bad if one of those icons means delete everything. The fix is so simple. Just add a label. Words are good. Okay, so now we get to the really bad stuff. The most severe annoyances. We're talking about designs that go beyond just being inconvenient. These are the ones that actually block you, trick you, and completely shatter your trust. Walls, traps, and puzzles. So you click on a link, you're excited to see something, and wham, you hit a wall. A giant create an account to continue box. This is what we call forced registration. It's asking for your personal info, your time, your commitment, before it's given you anything of value at all. Someone once called this the digital equivalent of a first-date marriage proposal. And honestly, that's perfect. It's just so needy. And what's your first instinct? For most of us, it's nope, and we're reaching for that back button. And speaking of the back button, let's be clear, messing with the back button is one of the cardinal sins of the web. It is sacred. For all of us, that button is our escape hatch, our undo key. It's how we navigate. So when a site hijacks it, or breaks it, or traps you in some kind of loop, it doesn't just annoy you. It breaks your trust completely. It makes the whole experience feel unstable and hostile. Which brings us to this existential question. Am I a robot? We've all been there, squinting at some squiggly, distorted letters or trying to click on every single blurry picture of a crosswalk. We're just trying to prove we're human, but as the bots get smarter, the puzzles get so ridiculously hard that it feels like they're actually designed to punish us. And here's the kicker. The great irony is they often don't even work. A study found that only 28% of people can solve these things on the first try. Let that sink in. These puzzles are often better at blocking real, actual humans than they are at stopping the bots they were designed for. It's just absurd. But okay, let's talk about what might be the single most rage-inducing design flaw in existence. I want you to picture it. You've spent the last 5, maybe 10 minutes carefully filling out a super long form. You know, a job application, a checkout page, a sign up for something important. You've double-checked everything. You hit submit, and then error. You missed one stupid little checkbox, or you typed .con instead of .com in your email. It's a simple human mistake. But what the system does next, well, this is what separates a good website from a truly evil one. The system erases everything. The page reloads, and it's completely blank. Every single field you just filled out is gone. This isn't just a bad user experience. This is digital cruelty. It's a slap in the face. And it's not just infuriating, it's costly. This one flaw can cause an 18% abandonment rate. It's basically telling the user, your time means nothing to us. Okay, so after dragging you through all that digital misery, I do have some good news. The best part about all of these horrible, frustrating problems is that almost all of them are incredibly easy to fix. Seriously, it's not about complex technology. It's about a simple change in perspective. It really just boils down to a few simple ideas. 1, respect the user. That means respecting their time, their focus, and what they're trying to do. 2, be clear and give them control. No mystery meat, no broken back buttons. And 3, just stick to the basics that everyone already knows. That's it. Let people focus on what they came to do, not on trying to figure out your weird interface. So that's the rundown. As you can see, these aren't just little pet peeves. They are real business killers. They damage trust, they kill sales. So I'll leave you with a question, a challenge really. Which one of these annoyances is lurking on a website or app that you use, or maybe even one you work on? And more importantly, which one are you going to push to fix first? Because trust me, your users and the bottom line will thank you for it.
Hi, good to see you again. Thank you for watching all the way through. Remember that the AI-created slideshow you just watched was made with a single click of a button. No human effort needed. Other than, of course, the several hours to write the article, which Google's AI then turned into a slideshow. For comparison, Watch the avatar video Jacob Nielsen created himself, based on the same article, and let us know in the comments which format you prefer. And please like our video if you want to see more experiments with different new AI models. Please subscribe to Jacob Nielsen's newsletter on UX Tigers to be sure to get his latest insights every week. See you next time.